Capricorn, welcome to the Tarot Room. My name is Robyn. Hey Capricorn, today let's do a general energy check-in. Let's check in on the collective Cap. Let's see what's going on, what the energy is around you. Let's see what we tap into today. We have round and round and then peace. Okay. Round and round is a cycle, a loop, a caught. Peace is being at peace with something, letting something go, accepting something, not letting something bother you. Okay, there's a very chaotic energy and then a very tranquil energy. It's like chaos, chaos. So let's see what that means. Let's see if there's like a big switch in your energy, what's going on. Maybe it's learning to stay calm in the midst of chaos. A little bit of Virgo energy here. And your energy around you is dutiful, hesitant, and humble. It has a discriminating, diligent, and painstaking air. Okay, well, let's talk about it. Let's get into this. Let's see what's going on, Capricorn. Let's find out what the energy is around ya. Well, we start this with... Whoa, okay. What the heck happened here? Hold on, we have the Ten of Cups. We have okay, we might be in a love reading here. We have the Emperor and the Empress. Power couple alert, power couple alert. So, there's a Ten of Cups, the Emperor. The Death and Rebirth is in reverse. Then we have the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Empress, the Knight of Pentacles. I do see very clearly what's going on, Cap. There's a Two of Swords, you're frustrated. Seven of Pentacles, a Three of Pentacles. I do feel this could be a relationship, it could be a boss, it could be a friendship, but there's our people. I'm going to perceive you as the Empress and them as the Emperor. It's just the way the cards are presenting to me. Take the energy out is the roles could be reversed. I feel there's a lot of happiness and there's a strong bond with this person, right? You've been friends, BFF, since grade 2. You've been working for this company for 25 years. You've been married 15 years. This is your mom, your dad, your brother. There is a familial, a long-term, you're comfortable with each other. So sometimes too, when we're comfortable with each other, people will treat those they're the most comfortable with the poorest because they know that they'll always be there. Or they expect that. But then we have the Death and Rebirth in reverse. It tells me here the masculine is very resistant to, we'll find out. There's a very guarded energy. It's like they're lying. They're not being honest with you. They're mad, but they're not telling you. You ask them what's wrong, they say nothing. You ask them how their day went, fine. But you know it's not fine. You know they're mad. You know something's wrong. Well, they're not telling you. They're not talking here. So there's a guarded energy and there's a resistance here. So and you're continuing to go through it with this person, Capricorn. If this is your reading, like I said, you've been through it before where they shut down, they push you out, they get emotional, they get upset. They're not telling you something. They're not opening up. You know, it's like they got fired, but they didn't tell you. I'll tell you what I hear. When I hear something that happened to me that was similar energy, like when I used to work for the family business and we're all sitting at the office, we're doing our thing, and my brother was late. He didn't say anything. He just came in the office. We're like, you're late again, motherfucker. He's late again. He comes in the office and we go outside and my brother's car was totaled. And we were like, what happened? He's like, oh, I hit a deer. We were like, what the? You didn't tell nobody, just walking to work? Like, he doesn't talk about that stuff, Capricorn. We were like, that's a comedic, it's just that type of energy. And you're like, you got fired from your job? You didn't even tell me? Like, I knew something was bothering you, you know? So it's that type of energy where it's like, well, no wonder, like, you know, and there's this resistance here, Capricorn, for them to either change, to see it, or to open up. But let's talk more about that resistance. What's the resistance? It's like they're not really changing. And now you're at a crossroads. We'll see why. The page of there's a very strong passion, and this person might get very passionate. Temperance. So the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Temperance, there's the Queen of Swords. There's two ways for me to interpret that. And there's the Ace of Swords. It could be someone who gets very passionate. And when I say passionate, when they get angry, they say stupid shit. If they're like an imbalanced fire sign. And then they regret it, or they get embarrassed, or they don't want to talk about it after because they knew it was dumb. But then there's also this element where it's someone who doesn't want to tell you what's going on, tell you what their passions are, tell you what it is that they want. They don't open up about their dreams or aspirations. They just don't talk. They just don't open up. They don't tell you things. And so I literally am perceiving it like one way or the other. But there's the Ten of Pentacles. And there's the Four of Cups, though. And but that you just always feel like they're not telling you something. So it's like you always feel like they're lying to you or they're not being honest with you. That's the resistance, is for them to really, it's like for you to fully trust that they're telling you and being open with what's in their life, right? If it's like, that's what I got here. Okay, why is that what's coming out? Why is something happening that's creating, what's the, like, because you keep going through this, which tells me something's going to be happening here in the present energy or the near future, and it's like the same thing, and you're kind of sick of going through it. It's like they withdraw. It's like everything's going well, yeah, and you don't understand what's happening. It's like you're out for dinner, everybody's dancing. Well, I guess you're not. Well, maybe it's a dinner where, I don't know, you're out, you're having a good time, you're shooting the shit, everything's good, and then they just like leave and go home, and they don't talk for 3 days, and you're like, what happened, man? You didn't answer the phone, you didn't answer the message, you didn't call us back. Like, what's going on? We thought everything was going good. We thought we were having a good night, you thought you're having a good day. And so it's like this element where they're going to be pulling back, they're going to be withdrawing, they're going to leave you in a state of confusion. You're not going to know what they want, you're not going to know what's going on, and you're just kind of sick of going through it with this person having this uncertainty, right? If it's business, right, they just leave. You're like, what? But they're the boss. What are you supposed to do? Now they're gone for 2 or 3 days. You got to hold down the fort. You got to do everything, and you're just kind of sick of it. So again, you're sick of going through it with this person, and they're not going to change. And this is you're realizing that, or you see that, or you know that. So then what's the Knight of Pentacles? It's going to be happening, kind of repeating itself, repeat this week, or it's happening again here, Cap, or they're doing it again, I'm going to say. The Ace of Wands, you got to get creative. Why do you want Capricorn to get creative? Because there's the King of Pentacles. You don't want to give up on this, right? It's your kid, it's your husband, it's your wife, it's your job. What did I just do here? Hold on a second. The Page of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Moon. It's like you know that you can... I feel like you're trying to fix this person, or you're trying to fix the situation. The Hierophant, the Eight of Pentacles. It's like if you work harder, Capricorn, you're trying to fix it. The Magician, the Four of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. There's an element here where I feel like you're really trying to fix it. You're trying to find solutions. You're trying to create, for every problem there's a solution. You're trying to solve a problem, trying to solve it here, because there's an element of commitment, right? If it's work, you've been there a long time. If, we've already given the examples. You know how it applies to you, but this is an element where you don't want to give up on this. You don't want to let it go. And it's like you're trying to fix it. It's not working, though. Okay, what's the advice for Capricorn, then? What's the advice for Capricorn? Because right here I just see you being really patient and frustrated. What's the advice for Capricorn, then? What's the advice? One card. Five of Cups. Two of Swords. It's choosing to see the good. The Eight of Cups. Walking. The advice is if they're not going to change. Okay, the advice here is either acceptance or it's acceptance. So you need to accept whatever this person is doing, the withdrawal, the pushback, the isolation, however it applies to you. They're not going to change, Capricorn. They need you to be at peace with that. This isn't going to change. So you have a choice here. You can accept it, or you can continue to try and fix it. But if you're trying to fix someone else, you're going to hit blocks, you're going to hit walls, you're going to hit frustration, because you can't change them. So the advice is to accept it, and when you accept it, then you'll decide whether you want to tolerate it, whether you want to push back, whether you want to pull back yourself. Sometimes we got to burn bridges, sometimes we just leave them at arm's length, sometimes we just pull ourselves back, whatever works best. But they will need you to accept that. That is the purpose of the reading. That's why it's come out today. It's time that you accept the person ain't gonna change. This is who they are. And it appears to me that they'll come in and apologize, but then they'll do it again. So it's like they know it's wrong, but that's just how they deal with their feelings. They know it's wrong, but that's just how they deal with it, and that's just them. So, okay. Is there anything else you want to say to Capricorn about that? The Six of Pentacles. They want you to see that. They're a little bit on the selfish side here. It's not an equal give and take. So if it's not an equal give and, it's just really, Capricorn, I'm sorry to say that. It's just like you're trying... If it's not any, it's like the addict, but they don't want to stop. You can't stop them. They have to want to stop themselves, and they won't stop until they're ready, no matter how hard you try. So if it's not an equal give and take, and if you're not being met with equal effort, meaning you're doing more of the work, you're trying to compromise, you're trying to sacrifice, you're trying to find solutions, and they're not, the message here is it's to know when to release and to let back. You can't continue to go through this. You have to accept this person as they are, and then make the best decision for you, as hard as that might be. Okay, we're going to grab oracles here, Cap. We're going to see what they want to say, and we'll jump back into the tarot. We'll do a potential outcome, and we'll see kind of how this plays out and where you and this person are here in the month of December. What does Capricorn need to surrender to when it comes to your full power? Yeah. And so stop, excuse me, your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. I feel a little bit of putting yourself last here and really trying to be the peacemaker, and that really has to go both ways. And I don't know if the other person's really putting in the effort here, Capricorn. And that's going to limit you. That's going to hold you back, right? It's going to create frustration for you. Let's get your spirit animal message. Yeah, look at the patience. The tiger. I feel you've been very patient here, Cappy. I feel you've been very patient. And you're being reminded that this is what's necessary to attain your goals. But you have to trust that the universe will help you through your challenges in divine timing, because success is guaranteed. So that tells me that this person will come around. They will realize things, but it's going to be in their time and in their way. And that sometimes is the hardest part, especially if you're the spouse or a parent here. And that's hard. Okay, what's the Akashic record for Capricorn? I just heard my dogs upstairs. Little hustle and bustle means something's going on. Usually it means they want to go outside. I got to figure out a way to put a doggy door in the new house. Again, okay, we're going to clarify this message of patience. You're being asked to be patient. It's not easy, but you're strong, and there's a reason that things are not aligning the way that you want them to. Because have patience, it will eventually work out. So it's like they don't want you to give up on this person, but they want you to realize that this person will have to kind of deal with that in their own way, in their own time. And they want you to accept that, and I'm going to say not burn bridges. Just be at peace with whatever that's, not let it affect you, withdraw yourself emotionally or detach from it, because that's not going to change. But they're telling you to have patience because it will. It's just not now. Okay. So then what's being hidden before we move to the potential outcome? Then what's being hidden? Why are you saying that? What's being hidden? What doesn't Capricorn see? What's happening behind closed doors or behind the eyes, I guess, in the mind of the other? Three of Cups. The Knight of Wands, the Hanged Woman, the Wheel of Fortune. This is someone who will appreciate everything that you've done for them. The Hermit in reverse, they're not ready for that yet. They're still, this person might feel really, what you don't see is how much this person appreciates what you're doing for them, but they're not ready to change or to let go, and they will be, and they will give you that appreciation. It's just not the right time. They know what you're, like the Eight of Cups and the Hermit's in reverse, and this is just someone feeling out of whack, feeling lost, feeling confused, feeling like a misfit, but it's like lacking, like confused within, feeling like a misfit within. They're going through a little something here, Capricorn, and it's within, and it's something that you can't really do anything about. They appreciate what you're doing for them. They absolutely do. But it's not what we want to hear, but it's not about you, it's about them. And for them, in due time, they'll express that appreciation. In due time, they'll come around. What you don't see is that they see that and they know that, and the time will come, but they're not ready for that yet. They still need to deal with whatever demons or skeletons they're dealing with before they're going to be ready to kind of take that leap of faith and be able to admit that or say thank you to you or appreciate what you've done for them. Okay, that's what you don't see here. Okay, so then let's do it. Let's get to it. Let's get your potential outcome. Now, when I say potential, there's always free will. You're going to make the decisions you're going to make. And when I say outcome, let's see where you are in December. Let's see how things are playing out. Let's see how things are going. Let's see how, well, we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have single and independent energy here. Okay. Hold on. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Empress in reverse. Okay. Yeah, you're not, there's the Fool. There's the Magician in reverse. So, and there's the Three of Pentacles. There's the King of Cups. So you're in a good place. You're not fighting with this person anymore. So there is an element where, you know, if they want to withdraw, then I guess I'm not talking to my kid for the next couple of weeks. Have a good couple of weeks. Go spiral. Go do what you're going to do. If it's your spouse and they're withdrawing, you know what, that's fine. I'm going to have a ladies' weekend. I'm going to have a husband or boys' weekend here. We're going to do our own thing. You're not fighting anymore because there's no point. You're tired. You're exhausted. There's no point. This is like, I'm not fighting anymore. There's no winners here. We're just banging our head. You know I don't like it, but you continue to do it. So you're just moving forward, doing your own thing. Like, I don't see like a separation because this is still here. It's like a family member, a friend. You're like married 30 years, right? Like you're not, I don't think it's career at all. I think it's family or friends or partner, but they're still here. You're just not letting this bother you anymore. Like I said, if it's your son, let's say they're having substance issues, your daughter, you don't talk to them for a couple weeks, that's fine. You're not going to call them anymore. You're not going to track them down. You're not going to chase them. You're not going to call the police. You're not going to do wellness. You're just, you know what? You're 30. So you're not fighting anymore. You're not banging your head against the wall anymore. You're just kind of doing your own thing and seeing how this was holding you back, Capricorn. It was stressing you out, but it was not your stress and your burden to have, and that wasn't fair to you. Like I said, they'll change when the time is right. They'll come to you and express their appreciation of what you've done for them when the time is right for them. And you'll decide at that point, I do see you, accepting them back. But if it's your husband or your spouse, let them withdraw. You know what, you're not going to worry about it anymore. You're not going to ask them what's wrong. You're not going to try and force them to talk about it. You're just going to do your own thing. And when they're ready, they'll come and talk to you and you can go from there. But you're not fighting anymore. There's no fighting anymore. You're sick of going through it. So you're just going to move forward. You're not going to let it hold you back. You can do your own thing here, Capricorn. But I don't see like a big blowout, a big fallout. Like they're still here. Like the love is still there, right? The love is still here. The relationship is still there. You're just not letting it bother you because nothing you can do. And there's your relationship and your friendship, and you've created kind of that peace, and you're just not letting it bother you anymore, really. Like I said, that's who they are. You've accepted that. There's nothing you can do, and you'll just kind of focus on yourself when they get like that. And I've said all I need to say. You know where you are. You're not arguing anymore. You're moving forward, but you're not letting it hold you back. You're not letting it bother you, and that's the point. You can't change them. When they're ready to change, they'll come and talk to you. Until then, you're doing your thing. That's what I have. That's what I got. That's what's going down. So Capricorn, this may have been a very specific reading. We'll find out in the comment section, but I do hope you enjoyed it. I do hope it resonated with you. And as always, if you like your reading and if you like my style, I do ask that you like, comment, subscribe. It does help my channel to grow. Thank you, Capricorn. I always appreciate your support. And let's close your reading off today with your final message, baby. What's the final message for Capricorn? You have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Recite this affirmation 5 times this morning. I am perfect just the way I am. And for those of you that like the yes or no, let's get the yes or no. What's the answer for Capricorn? A yes or no? What's the answer for Capricorn? What we got here, baby? We have a little bit of never. That's what I have. I truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time.